wasn't a collector himself. He was always there to make the new car, to make the new product. So to have a car that he personally kept and he personally owned, you know, you take all the Cobras, all the Shelbys and everything, and it gets down to just a few that he personally owned.
Carroll wasn't a big keeper of things. You know, he bought and sold cars many times through the years. But for some reason, that was special to him, and special enough for him that he stuck CSX 3178 into the Shelby Foundation ultimately.
He had a few cars, and this was one of the ones that he always kept in the museum. He wanted to keep it, and he wanted to show everybody he was proud of this car. I think what it is because it's been through so much. You know what I mean? It started with him at the beginning, then it was the blue with the gold stripes, and then he decided to go ahead and do the automatic with it. So it was part of his life, you know what I mean? So it was a car that he enjoyed and he wanted to keep. So, you know, we weren't allowed to sell it. I'll tell you that much.
Carroll liked to tinker with cars a lot, and he was not afraid to play with cars and change things out. He loved automatic transmissions, just from an ease perspective. And so I can guarantee you, he put that automatic transmission in there just because it was going to be easier to drive.
He liked it because he could go out and he could have fun in the car. You know, it was very relaxing. He could go out and he could drive. He didn't have to worry about anything. He could sit in traffic. He could, you know, it was a neat car. People would kind of look at it and go like, you know, an automatic Cobra, you know, but on the inside, Carroll was going, you know what, that's my car. You don't talk about my car. A car like Carroll's personal 427 Shelby is really going to be difficult to restore because no matter what you do, it's always going to fall under scrutiny. Everybody is going to look over that car with a fine-tooth comb. We wanted to bring it back to the way Shelby drove it originally. We had a great photograph of Dan Gurney with Carroll Shelby with the car. That's what we wanted to put it back to, is that period in time. What was great about the Carroll Shelby car, 3178, was when we stripped it apart, took the skin off the car, it was as nice a body as we've ever seen. It was as nice a chassis as we'd ever seen. It obviously didn't have a ton of mileage. It was never raced. It was never beat on. The car was just a great car to start with. So it made the restoration really easy. Very rarely do you find a car that is so well documented in this vintage. They typically go through a lot of hands and a lot of changes. Now this car has been restored back in 2018, but it's been done back to exacting standards, just like Carroll Shelby would have had it back in 1965. It's really impressive. The way the car is right now, he'd be ecstatic. He would be very excited to know that the car was actually brought back to the way it was in the beginning. Painted a vintage color, put the dual quads back on it, make it a 4-speed car again. All that. He loved the rims. He wanted to keep the rims on the car, so that's an awesome touch that they did that. You know, he was very grateful when somebody would restore something or put something back the way, you know, that it was originally. He was very excited. He was more excited about that than somebody making a race car out of the car. When Carroll Shelby first took his first ride in this car, this is exactly the point in time that we've restored it to. The only deviance from that would be at some point he put an aluminum head 427 side oiler in it for a little bit more horsepower. We left that, but it's been detailed out like it would have left the factory. This particular 427 is, I think, probably the most beautiful 427 I've ever seen. I mean, this is absolutely the epitome of an elegant 427. For Carroll to have it in his collection, you know, really says a lot. And this car passes just being a car. It's a piece of art. It is definitely a piece of art. When somebody buys a piece of art, they have to have provenance. You have a car that's one of the most recognizable silhouettes of any automobile ever, and it was kept its entire life from the guy that built the cars originally. That's provenance. A lot of collectors will seek out cars of high quality and high importance. But then there's a group of collectors that will seek out cars that could be literally the centerpiece or the pinnacle of any collection, and certainly there's no denying that Carroll Shelby's personal 427 Cobra fits that description. An unbroken ownership chain is unheard of, and you combine the fact that that ownership chain was the man himself, the guy that designed and built this car, kept it all those years, one of a kind.